Hey guys, Kelly Todd here with CAC. This month we will be discussing myths and falsehoods that exist in adoption, but today I'll be sharing some helpful tips to help you discern whether or not this information about adoption is a myth or a fact. There are a ton of different avenues online where hopeful adoptive families can acquire information regarding adoption, from a quick online Google search to adoption support groups on Facebook. There is so much information out there. There are plenty of amazing resources, amazing adoption resources accessible for families, but at times all of the information can be very overwhelming. And in fact, I've had many families tell me just that. How do you know who you can trust? How do you know what information is accurate? When I was working on my master's degree in counseling, I wrote many research papers, and as a part of my work, I was required to include peer-reviewed articles and journals. Peer review means that these articles and journals had gone through an extensive series of evaluations by experts and scholars to establish their validity. I couldn't just pick a topic to write about and then Google my way through it to make my point. I had to ensure that the material being researched adhered to the highest credentials by the experts on that topic. Now, we live in a day and age where anyone can learn anything about anything, really. And although this has many benefits, it also has consequences. The consequences are that false, inaccurate, and/or incomplete information about a topic has become easily accessible and transmitted to the general public. How many times have you stayed up late at night Googling your symptoms only to be self-diagnosed with some crazy rare disease based on someone's random post in a discussion board? I know I'm guilty. Although we can glean a lot from others' personal experiences, when it comes to something as important as your health, one would think that you at least want to run it by an expert in the area, maybe your doctor. I am a firm believer in doing research and asking the hard questions. How do you learn if you don't ask, right? But I'm also a big proponent in checking your facts and verifying credentials, especially in a day and age where anyone can say they're an expert about anything. As an adoption consultant, I am still learning and growing in this field, and that will never, ever end. But I found that with so much information at our fingertips, we can't just accept any information that comes our way. We have to push back and ask questions. So here are some helpful questions to ask yourself as you are filtering through adoption information that may come your way. One of the first things you can ask is, where did you acquire this information? Who is the author? Adoption Facebook support groups are great places to learn from others' adoption experiences, but just as you would go to a doctor to verify your Google-imposed self-diagnosis, confirm that information with an adoption professional or an adoption expert. Another thing, is this a fact or opinion? Facts can be verified, opinions cannot. Just because a lot of people are saying it, it doesn't mean that it's true. It's very easy to repeat information others have heard or said because it sounds right or it's dressed in a pretty package. But do your research. Make sure the sources are credible. Another thing you can ask, when was this information published? The adoption world is constantly changing. While doing your homework, make sure you're looking at the date it was published to ensure the relevancy for adoption today. Another question to ask, are they a part of a reputable adoption organization? There are many things that make an organization reputable. Education and experience in the field are just a few. Another thing to ask, what is their relationship to adoption? Are they an adoptee? Are they a birth mother, a birth parent? Are they an adoptive parent? Are they a social worker? Knowing this information will give great insight into where are they coming from. For example, I'm not an adoptee or a birth mother. I can only speak to what I've learned from other adoptees and birth mothers, but that is secondhand information. That doesn't mean I, can't share what I've learned or even discredit the information, but I think it's important for the audience to be aware of the source's relationship to adoption when speaking on it. What topic are they discussing, and what are their credentials to be discussing that topic? For example, someone who is discussing ethics and how it relates to an agency. Well, do they have any experience working at or with an adoption agency or an attorney? Are they a social worker? Have they canceled expecting mothers or birth parents before? If they haven't personally, are they a part of an organization that has, where they are receiving the proper education to be speaking on that topic? I can't tell you how many people have come to me with inaccurate adoption-related information regarding something that they read in an adoption support group or on Facebook or the comment section of someone's Instagram account. I've seen false information regarding adoption that was essentially just parroted from something that someone else read or heard. It's my hope that these questions will serve as tools to help you filter through information that crosses your path about adoption. I hope you'll stay tuned as we tackle specific myths and falsehoods surrounding adoption throughout the coming weeks. Hope you have a great day, guys.